What if your worst moment could become your greatest moment? We've all been there. That sinking feeling in your stomach, the sound of your own heartbeat in your ears, the world slowing down just long enough for you to realize you failed. Maybe it was a game-winning shot you missed, a business you poured your soul into, now with its doors shuttered, or that exam result you were so sure you'd aced. It feels like a final verdict, doesn't it? Judgment. Society tells us failure is something to be ashamed of, something to hide. We see the highlight reels of success, but we never see the blooper reel of mistakes that got them there. But what if I told you that everything you've been taught about failure is wrong? What if failure isn't the end of your story? What if it's just the beginning of your comeback? Let's redefine what it means to fail. Picture this. You've just been told you didn't get the job, or this project is a failure. The words hang in the air, heavy and sharp. Your first instinct is to internalize it. You think, I am a failure. That's the trap. But failure is not an identity. It's an event. It's a moment in time, not a life sentence. The most successful people in the world understand this fundamental truth. For them, failure isn't a wall, it's a compass. It isn't a verdict, it's feedback. It's the universe handing you a detailed report on what didn't work, so you can figure out what will. When you stop seeing failure as a personal attack and start seeing it as priceless data, everything changes. You stop asking, why me? And start asking, what can I learn from this? That simple shift in perspective is the key that unlocks your potential. The pain of the setback is real, but it's temporary. The lessons you learn from it, however, can last a lifetime. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It is a part of Italiano. Let me tell you a story. It's about a man named John. By all accounts, John had made it. He'd built a successful company from the ground up. He had the dream house, the perfect family, the respect of his peers. Then, overnight, a market crash wiped it all away. He lost everything. The business, the money, even his home. He found himself at rock bottom, staring up at a life that was no longer his. He had two choices. He could let this catastrophic failure define him, let it crush his spirit and become a bitter story he'd tell for the rest of his life. Or he could choose to learn. In the quiet aftermath of his collapse, John sat down with a simple pen and paper. He didn't focus on what he lost. Instead, he chose to learn one thing from every mistake he made. He analyzed his business decisions, his overconfidence, his lack of a backup plan. He saw the flaws not as a sign of his inadequacy, but as a blueprint for his next venture. He took those hard-won lessons and started again, not with money, but with wisdom. He built his next company smarter, leaner, and more resilient. This time, his success was not just about wealth, but about strength. His greatest failure didn't destroy him, it forged him. He didn't just rebuild his fortune, he rebuilt himself. John's story isn't unique. It's the story of every innovator, every champion, every artist who dared to try again. They didn't succeed in spite of their failures. They succeeded because of them. So how do you do it? How do you make this transformation yourself? It's not magic. It's a process. I call it the transformation loop. It has 4 simple steps. Fail, reflect, learn, and apply. First, you fail. Acknowledge it. Don't run from it. Don't pretend it didn't happen. Give yourself a moment to feel the disappointment. It's okay. It's human. The second step is the most crucial. Reflect, find a quiet space. Get away from the noise and the opinions of others. This is a conversation between you and yourself. Instead of blaming others or cursing your bad luck, you need to look inward. Sit with the experience. Replay the events in your mind, not to dwell on the pain, but to understand the mechanics of what happened. Be brutally honest with yourself. Where did the plan go wrong? What assumptions did you make that were incorrect? What signs did you ignore? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about becoming a detective in your own life, searching for clues. Next, you learn. Reflection leads to revelation. As you dissect the failure, you'll start to see patterns and identify key takeaways. This is where you turn raw data into actionable wisdom. Write it down. Seriously, get a notebook and write down the lessons. Don't just keep them in your head. For example, a lesson isn't I'm bad at public speaking. A lesson is, I need to practice my presentation more than twice to feel confident. Or I should have prepared for questions about the budget. See the difference? One is a dead end, the other is a roadmap. This step is about creating a personal instruction manual for your future self. Finally, you apply. This is where the transformation becomes real. Knowledge without action is useless. You have to take the lessons you've learned and actively integrate them into your next attempt. If you learned that you needed a better plan, your next step is to create a more detailed plan. If you learned you needed a new skill, your next step is to sign up for a course or find a mentor. The application might be small at first, but it's the commitment to act differently that breaks the cycle of repeated mistakes. You fail, you reflect, you learn, you apply, and then you try again. And if you fail again, tapese, hokai, you're now back at the beginning of a loop, but this time you're stronger, wiser, and better equipped. This loop is the engine of growth. Okay, let's make this practical. How can you apply this loop right now? I want you to stop thinking about some abstract idea of failure and think about one specific setback in your life right now. Maybe it's a project at work that isn't going well, a fitness goal you keep missing, a relationship that feels stuck. Got one. Good. Now, grab a piece of paper or open a new note on your phone, and I want you to ask yourself 3 powerful questions. First, what went wrong? Be specific and objective. Don't just say it all fell apart. Write down the actual sequence of events. For instance, I procrastinated until the last minute, which caused me to rush and make careless errors. Or, I didn't communicate my expectations clearly to my partner, which led to a misunderstanding. This is about diagnosis, not blame. Second, what can I do differently next time? Based on your answer to the first question, what is the concrete, actionable lesson? This is your new strategy. If you procrastinated, your new strategy is, I will break the project into smaller daily tasks and start on day 1. If you didn't communicate clearly, I will schedule a weekly check-in to discuss our shared goals. This moves you from being a victim of circumstance to being the architect of your solutions. And the third, most important question. What is one small thing I can start right now? Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Action is the antidote to despair. If your setback is a failed fitness goal, your small action today could be a 10-minute walk. If it's a work project, it could be sending 1 email to get the ball rolling again. This small step proves to yourself that you are no longer paralyzed by the past. It signals a shift. Don't let failure define you, let it refine you. It's the friction that polishes the stone. Now it's your turn. I challenge you. Think about that one setback you're holding on to. That one failure that still stings. I want you to go through the process we just talked about. Write down what went wrong. Write down what you will do differently. And then, most importantly, I want you to take one small step today to apply that lesson. Don't just watch this video and feel motivated for 10 minutes. Use it. The future you want is not built on a foundation of flawless victories. It's built on a pile of failures that you had the courage to learn from. Every time you choose to get back up, you are rewriting your story. You are turning a scar into a symbol of your strength. Your worst moment really can become your greatest moment, because it's the moment you decided that a setback was not a stop sign, but a launch pad. So, what failure will you turn into strength today? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear about the small step you're going to take. Let's build a community of people who aren't afraid to fail forward. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more content to help you build a stronger life. Now, go take that step.